And you know baseball is my first love.
We all know that.
You know it. But
you're going to find a way to bring it up, too, by the way.
You already know.
We could be at Burger King. You could be like, let me get a Whopper. By the way, Kelvin, did I ever tell you the Whopper is a home run?
That's right.
It's a home run. Like, okay, Rob, get it. Just get the Whopper. You don't have to make it a baseball conversation, Rob.
I can't help it. But I want to say this, and that was one thing we pride ourselves on the Odd Couple. We talk more baseball than any other national show. Mm-hmm. It's a mix. You know, you make it compelling. You talk about what's happening. And this is compelling to me because Shohei Ohtani is one of the biggest stars in baseball, if not the biggest. And tonight, he hit his 48th home run. So now he has 48 home runs, 48 steals, right? On the way to a magical season. No one's ever had 50 and 50. And he's going to get it, obviously, this 2 weeks to go in the season, okay, regular season. But Dave Roberts, their manager, came up and said, hey, you know, there's a good chance that Shohei could pitch in the postseason. Okay, he had the surgery. He hasn't pitched all year. Mm-hmm. He's just been a DH. And when I heard that, it got my attention.
Oh, boy.
Because my first reaction was, no hey, no how.
I thought it was going to be no hey, no Shohei.
No hey, no how. No. What are you doing? Do not do this. There's no reason. And here's the reason why. First of all, can you imagine putting him out there, right? Mm-hmm. Not right, as maybe pitching in the postseason, and something going wrong and him re-injuring and he's out for next year. Okay, that's number one. Number two, they got so many issues in the pitching department that I can't see them winning a World Series because there's just so many guys hurt. So now you're having Shohei rush back to pitch earlier than scheduled. He's not supposed to pitch all year. That was the original diagnosis. He's going to take the year off, get all the way healthy, and be ready to go in 2025. Now you're shorthanded. You want to rush him back a little bit, maybe earlier, premature, and God forbid something happens. So I'm against it. This team doesn't have enough pitching to win. Even if Shohei comes back, they don't have enough pitching to win. I'm not saying throw the towel in. You're going to give it the old college try, right?
Right.
Kelvin, but don't act like he's the missing piece of you winning the World Series. No, they're missing 4 missing pieces in their rotation. They got too many injuries. You want Clayton Kershaw to be held together with popsicle sticks and tape and glue and all that other stuff. I'm just saying there's way too many things not right with the pitching. He's not the missing piece. It's like trying to fill in the Grand Canyon. He's not big enough. It's not worth taking this chance.
I'll say this. For Dave Roberts to come out and say that, I think the implication is we're only in an opportunity to either get to a World Series or to win a World Series game or the World Series as a whole. Meaning, I don't think he's just running him out in some Division League series. I don't think he's running him out in some random game 2 for no reason. I think if he's saying that, he's saying, look, we're in a situation, we've won 100-plus games, a bunch, lose. We get to the postseason, lose NLDS. We lose NLCS. We lose. We've lost the World Series. Obviously, they won in 2020. People want to talk smack about the World Series title because they say it's a shortened season. Kind of similar
hold
to
on to that one. I mean, I just hold on to that one.
Listen, y'all had the same opportunity we did. You know what I mean? People say that about the Lakers. Oh, it was a bubble. Well, we all were in the bubble together, and the rest of y'all popped. We didn't pop in the bubble. So I look at it the same way. No bias, just because I'm around those guys. We all had the same opportunities. We won. It's not like we had special rules only for us. So, but people still want to make fun of that World Series title. And to be fair, they've had so much success. They've been so good over the last 10 years or so that you want more wins from that. You want another World Series title. And I think part of what Dave Roberts is saying, look, I acknowledge that we've been great, good to great, and we've had these opportunities. And look, if we get in a situation where I need him to get an out or two, and he's looking at me and he's telling me, yo, I'm healthy. I'm the best I'm going to be this season. Let me get out there. I'm not saying I'm going to give you 5 innings, but I can get a couple of guys out for you. I think he's saying, look, man, I'm trying to win. Because if we win 100 games,
They're not going to win 100.
I know, but I'm saying pick a season. We won 100 games, and we don't do anything in the postseason. Y'all, my job. Fire Dave Roberts. Win the line.
I understand
so at some point, a win is a win because if Ohtani, for some reason, goes 50-50, and maybe next year it's 40-40, and all of a sudden he's 40 home runs for the next 8 years, but the Dodgers don't win anything, what did it really matter?
But here's the thing. You had a game plan before the season. Now, all of a sudden, you want to bring them back to maybe pitch in the postseason. This sounds desperate to me, and I understand because they have a ton of injuries, but the risk isn't worth the reward. And that because long-term, if he re-injures himself and has to miss another year, I'm giving you the worst-case scenario.
Yeah.
Okay, because that might not – it might just you have to look at the worst-case scenario because that could happen. And if he was lost for another season as a pitcher, and then that's 2 years, then he might not pitch again. That is what you don't want to have happen. You want to make sure that when he's out there, he's at full strength. He's the guy who's going to be a starter in your rotation, at the top of your rotation next year, and you're going to have him for years to come. You don't have to rush Shohei out. He has not pitched all year, right? This isn't Jacob deGrom, who's pitching now, who is pitching for the Rangers. Mm-hmm. He's not in that situation. They're trying to see if this guy is okay, and have him feel good about himself going into next year because deGrom has had all these injuries. In the case of Shohei, I just don't want to risk it. If I'm the Dodgers, I don't.
Listen. To be fair, no one wants to risk anything, right? If you put Dave Roberts on the hot seat and you said you have to answer this question, I bet you his answer would be no. If you meaning you only can say yes or no, he would choose no. However, leaving that crack in the door, and at the end of the day, what did we talk about earlier with Tua? He's going to give you that look like, hey, man, I know I've had this in my third 1 to 3. I'm ready to play. And I think Dave Roberts is saying, if I kind of look over my shoulder and Shohei gives me a look like, hey, man, I'm not putting up 50-50 for no reason. I don't want to join a team to be really good for 8 or 9 years and never win anything. Only if there's a moment where, hey, man, we need him. He can get a few outs, and we can continue to go moving forward and try to get this World Series title and add on to this amazing historic season. That crack is there. That's all I'm saying. That's why he leaves the crack open. Odds are it's not going to happen. Odds are we won't see this. But you best believe he's leaving that crack open.
I'm going to say this. Now, Bo has a baseball podcast, a Dodger podcast. Bo, tell everybody.
Yeah, the Dodger Zone, Sick Podcast Network, me and Ryan Bershinger and Monty Bolaños.
Yes. And so they cover the Dodgers exclusively on their podcast.
I'm crazy, right, for leaving that crack open?
But I'm asking Bo, tell everybody who's hurt on the rotation and the risk. If he gets hurt.
Why can't the risk be? What if they
don't have enough pitching? Is what my point. If he was like the missing piece, I get it. But they're missing 3 starters. It's just not enough.
Is there a team? Bo, you answer this too. We were talking about this, I think, yesterday or in the last couple of days. It's not like this season's open, right? This baseball season is open, and it's not anybody. So I think there's a chance you're looking like. We don't have the pitching right now, but we find ourselves in it. You never know, and we know more than any other sport. Baseball, you literally don't know. It's not like the Warriors 7 years ago. You can almost just hand them the championship. I think Dave Roberts is saying, look, I'm only going to do this if I'm looking at a World Series possibility. I'm sick of being close and not getting a cigar. Let's go for it. Bo.
Yeah.
What do you say? I'm crazy?
No, I think, honestly, if you're down to, you need 3 outs to win the World Series, and Ohtani is looking at you like, I can get you those 3 outs, I think you do it. But what I don't do is just throw him into the fire and ask him to pitch multiple innings. I think that's a disaster because, like Rob said, the only starters they have right now that are healthy are Yoshinobu Yamamoto, which is
just got back.
He just got back. And Flaherty, Flaherty, who's a free agent, so they can use him as much as they like. Everybody else, you have no idea. Like Kershaw, maybe you can't put Bobby Miller out there in the playoffs. Bobby Miller should not make another start for this Dodgers team. Walker Buehler is going to get a sympathy start because they have to.
Mm-hmm. And he hasn't been good.
And he hasn't been good. So
and who else is injured?
Everybody. Gavin Stone's hurt. Emmett Sheehan's hurt. Everybody's hurt. Yeah,
this is what I'm saying.
It's crazy. These games that they have right now, it's 9-7 right now. you have to hope that they just hold the other team to 5 runs to win the game.
But aren't you all? I think you're missing a point.
No, I think I agree with you. Like if it's do or die, Game 7 of the World Series, hopefully Game 4 and they're up 3-0, and there's just 3 outs left to get.
Like a real Dodger fan, right?
There's only 3 outs left to get, and that you win the title. Yeah, I don't blow Ohtani's arm out. I don't care at that point. Just win the World Series.
And I think that's simply my point, Rob.
But if you put him out there and something goes bad and he has to miss another year or something that's the scare.
He misses another year pitching, right? He's still at the plate.
Yeah,
but I trade that 10 times out of 10 times. Yeah.
There you go. And
if he's gonna hit 50 home runs every year,
still
without
50
pitching,
bases.
Yeah,
but what makes Ohtani special is that he can pitch and hit. That's what makes him special. And why he's got a $700 million contract.
And guess what? We got another World Series title in this hypothetical situation we're creating, because you already get on the Dodgers enough. Man, they're always good, but they never win anything. Oh, you only got 1 title in the last 10, 15 years. And it was
15,
only.
It's about 35
I'm saying
years.
how great they've been. This run of being great, right? And then they finally get one, get off our back, and you say, man, that was a short season. It was COVID.